Hey, I'm Cristina from Alpha 91.3, and I'm very happy to be talking to somebody that you know here in Alpha, that he always makes us dance, no matter the pandemic or whatever other issue in the world. Tina from Purple Disco Machine, how are you?
Hi, I'm actually pretty good, thanks.
We're very happy because we've been playing your music for years in Alpha. I mean, we can't stop dancing to. I'm a fan since Soulmatic and before. So it's a pleasure to be with you. So let's talk with the name. Start with the name because in other interviews you talked about it. But can you explain the story of your name to the Mexican audience?
Yeah, I mean, there is no proper story. I started Purple Disco Machine in 2009, so 10, 11 years ago. And it was actually just a fun project. And that's why I choose the fun name. I haven't thought a lot about the name. I just, tried to find the name which describes the music I like and is a mix of, I think Miami Sound Machine is one of my favorite bands. Of all time with the Gloria Estefan and Prince, Purple Rain, one of my favorite songs. So it's like a mix of Miami Sound Machine, Purple. So and I mixed this, and it sounded really good. And afterwards, after this project became successful, I thought, okay, maybe I should rethink about the name, but now I'm happy with. And so it describes perfect what kind of music I do, and it says a lot, and everyone can imagine, and it stucks. And yeah.
I know that you have a big influence because of your parents and your mom, especially. She was a teacher, a music teacher. But how was your childhood? I mean, when you were really young, you played other instruments. You wanted to be maybe a soccer star, or you always thought that music was going to be in you?
Funnily, I haven't played any instruments. As I actually still can't play proper any instruments. So as a kid, I wasn't really interested in playing instruments. I tried it, but I failed, and then I lost the energy. So I played soccer and always wanted to be a professional soccer player as I was young. But I always listened to music. So music was all about in our family. I grew up with music, and my father had a big music record collection, and I went with my parents to concerts as I was young, and I started collect CDs and vinyls as I was, I think, 10, 11. And I was always listening to music. And then I think with 15, 16, I decided, being a DJ. So I bought turntables with classmates in school, and then we started throwing like school parties in a basement in our school. I think we were 15 or 16 at that time, and that was how everything began.
I love that you're very humble and you're like a huge talent. I saw an interview from Tomorrowland 2018, and you said you were playing there for free. So, how do you see and how do you feel about yourself seeing when you were starting and you had to do these free gigs, and now you have millions and millions of streams all over the world?
It still feels strange. I mean, luckily it doesn't. It wasn't like this that from one day to another everything changed. So we decided to go small steps, and every year it got better and better. And over the last 10 years we had our expectations every year. So it's like that. At end of the year, right before Christmas, we do like a meeting with the Purple Disco Machine team, and then we say, okay, what can we expect from next year? And it always gets bigger and bigger, way bigger than we can dream of. And so but it still feels strange to when I realize, or sometimes you have this kind of moments when you realize, okay, it's so crazy. I'm here in Mexico City playing in front of 10,000 people, and it's the best job ever, or it's the best thing ever, even to stay here, and then you get paid for. And so I can't complain, but it still feels strange, especially when you think about how everything started, how I started 20 years ago, and I had a lot of poor years for sure. It wasn't always like this, but it's like it felt like a roller coaster the last 20 years, going up and down, like the music business is.
Yeah. And about the music business that you're saying, it's changing a lot, you know, because of social media and TikTok and everything. I've read some articles that people said if you don't have a song that has any kind of choreography or that you can dance, it's not going to be a hit. But you've proved, like before, that your music is just like, for example, Soulmatic is one of my favorite of all times, like this 8-minute track. It's just beautiful. But how do you feel that people, for example, in Mexico, you know, Dish, the male stripper, it's still a hit. How did you come up with that idea?
Dished or generally?
In general, I mean, when you have like, for example, a riff in Dish, like dit, 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 dit,
Yeah.
and then you have this imagination for Soulmatic that, as I told, is an 8-minute track.
Yeah.
Like, how is it to you to create?
I listen a lot to music, and especially to old music. I still listen a lot over the day, or even when I'm traveling. I listen a lot to old music, to classics, to find these kind of rare samples. Like, I mean, the dish is actually a sample from a song from beginning of the 80s. It wasn't really famous in the UK. It was, but everywhere else it wasn't a hit. So, and I remember that I think my manager is a big fan of the original, and he played me the song. I think it was 4 years ago. We stayed on Ibiza, and we listened to songs, and he said, listen to this song. It's such an amazing song from the 80s, as he was young. And I said, this is an amazing riff, and it stuck in my head. And 3-4 days I haven't listened to the song, but I still had this brass riff in my mind. And so, and this is always a good sign. If a riff or if a melody stucks in your head, this is for me a sign, okay, there's something special with Anne. And it was the same with Hypnotized. As we finished Hypnotized, I wasn't listening to the song for what I'm always doing. Once I finish the song, I stop listening to it for like 4-8 weeks, and then I listen after 8 weeks again. And if I still like the song, that it's a good sign. If I say, oh no, I think it was just, maybe I was just too excited in the beginning. But yeah, maybe that's the secret behind that. I don't listen to a sample or something for a few days or weeks. And if I like this afterwards, or if I still like this after a few weeks or days, then I will start working on. And that's what happened with Body Funk or with Dish, and yeah.
And also with Hypnotize, as you told, like this collaboration with Sophie and the Giants is just so beautiful. And is it like previous to your next album?
Yeah, this is the first single of the new album. I started working on the new album last summer, and then we had like a list with names I want to work on, and Sophie was on the list. So Hypnotized was also actually was the first song I finished for the new album. And new album is called Exotica and is coming next year. And yeah, Hypnotized is the first single. The next single is coming end of the year. And yeah, the album's coming next year. So I can't wait. It's not finished yet, so I'm still working on. So that's more or less the positive thing on this pandemic right now, that I have plenty of time to work in the studio and to finish my album. That's the whole focus is on finishing the album now. Yeah.
And we can wait to have that album. We can wait to have you live here in Mexico. Are you planning in some virtual gigs, shows?
To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of live streams, because it feels strange to stay alone in your studio and pretend to have fun and enjoy. And so it's quite different to play a show with a crowd. And I felt, or what I realized with these live streams, I really need the crowd. I need the people. I need the reaction. I need the energy from the crowd. So my set isn't the same when I stay in a studio and just play the songs just for me. So that's why. But I did a few live streams, and maybe I do a few more because I get so many requests from people when I want to do the next Sunday session. So yeah, maybe I do want to one or two more live streams till end of the year, just to yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, can you see me? Just that my internet connection may be some kind of unstable, but we can wait to see you here and to hear your set in Alpha 91.3. We want to say that we've been playing Dished like for the first time like many years ago. It's still playing. People are still asking for that. And I don't know if you knew that Dished was kind of some viral challenge in Mexico.
Okay, no.
No? Okay, I'm going to tell you really quick just to end this. I don't have the video right now, but there's this coach, like this fitness coach, that is called Bárbara de Regil. And she was like playing your song, your music, and she was dancing, but she was saying like really, really crazy, like, smile! That smile is yours! Nobody can take that smile away from you. And she's like doing this. But you know, normal people like you and me are just not like with that energy about doing some exercise. So it's like it was a challenge where people recorded themselves trying to do like this hard routine of exercise and just not losing their smile and dancing your song.
Yeah, I mean that's why I do this kind of music, so that to see the people smiling.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Tina from Purple Disco Machine, here in Alpha 91.3. Bye.
Bye, Christina.
Gracias.